Affleck's Batman story would have worked better with Prometheus or Catman instead of Deathstroke.
You must be one of them trolls, huh?
Muting this now because it's getting annoying. The Snyderverse was a mistake and the people calling my idea dumb should read more comics. Also, Thomas Blake aka Catman is badass and hot as fuck.
Yeah, you troll.
Fuck you. Uh-oh, it's my trifling ass. Pulling up like high guys are back. Goddamn nigga, I'm so up that I can't get down. Gotta skydive from that.
So Twitter is arguing about some dumb shit again. What a surprise. So I figured I might as well give my 2 cents to capitalize on it, and also because
I'm bored. This seems like a good bit of fun.
So if you're not up to speed because you're lucky enough to not have Twitter, or even better, you actually have a life, then I'll get you up to speed. Basically, there have been a few posts getting some attention regarding Deathstroke. More specifically, Deathstroke facing Batman as a villain. Some people don't like it, and think that Deathstroke shouldn't be used as a Batman villain, or have his origin changed or retconned to have a stronger connection to Batman. And blah blah blah, that's basically it. These series of tweets have gotten some attention, and really got people discussing it, but I'm not going to be responding to these tweets specifically. I'm speaking pretty generally about the whole thing. And from what I gather, people are basically saying they don't want Deathstroke to be used as the Batman villain, because he wasn't originally a Batman villain when he was created. So now, 40 years after his first appearance, it's a big deal. Now this all stems from Ben Affleck's original idea for his solo Batman movie that was supposed to happen after the first Justice League movie. In it, basically Deathstroke learns Batman is Bruce Wayne, and then proceeds to pick apart his life going after those closest to him, as revenge for something that happened in the past. And possibly there's a tie to the League of Assassins, although I'm not too certain about that, but that was the main gist of it. In the Snyder Cut, you can see the setup for that when Slade meets Lex on the yacht, and he learns Batman's secret identity. But of course, the solo Batfleck movie never came to be. So the issue is that some people think it's dumb that Deathstroke is facing Batman because he's not a Batman villain. I just kind of laugh because at this point, Deathstroke has been elevated from his creation in the 80s to be just a general DC villain that pops up everywhere and faces everyone. The character's origins have been retconned several times, and certain aspects about him will change depending on which hero he's facing in the DC universe. Really, it almost depends on the storyline. He was originally created as a Teen Titans villain, more specifically against Dick Grayson, but since then, he's fought Wonder Woman, Superman, The Flash, and other members of the Justice League. Oh yeah, remember when he was the main antagonist for a while in Arrow against Oliver Queen? He also took on the Suicide Squad, but more importantly, he's already fought Batman several times. Of course, the first thing that comes to mind is Arkham Origins. He was one of the assassins out to kill Batman, but they've already fought several times in the comics and in animated movies. Hell, you can find comics from the 90s of them fighting, so it's not anything that brand new. And like someone else pointed out, in the DC animated universe, they changed up Slade's origin so he has a connection to the League of Assassins, so that's also not a brand new idea. So I don't really know why now this is suddenly not okay. I was talking to my heterosexual life partner about this, and he said something that I agree with. He basically sees Deathstroke as a general DC villain who isn't tied to just one hero. His status is basically elevated and pops up all over the DC universe. And considering how many times over the last couple decades that we've seen him show up and face other heroes, I think it's a pretty good way of seeing things. Oh yeah, and as far as the whole connection to Batman thing goes, since Deathstroke was originally a Teen Titans villain, mainly to rival Dick Grayson, so his original conception already gives him some sort of connection to the Bat family. But I think it's funny that people act like they can't change his origin or his motives when that's literally been going on for years. And hell, Deathstroke has even been an anti-hero before. Just want to throw that info in there because I didn't know where else to put it. But now I want to spend the next few moments pointing out some hypocrisy, because if we're going to bitch about Deathstroke facing Batman, then I think it's fair that we take a look back at some recent comic book movies and see if we can find something comparable. Starro isn't a Suicide Squad villain. He was Justice League's first villain, so why is he fighting the Suicide Squad for? Why is Black Mask fighting Harley Quinn? He's a Batman villain, not a Harley Quinn or Birds of Prey villain. Wait a sec, why is Kingpin Daredevil's arch enemy? Kingpin was originally a Spider-Man villain. Why is he fighting Daredevil? Matter of fact, Kingpin shouldn't be fighting the Punisher either. It's very interesting that no one bitched when Deathstroke was fighting Oliver Queen in the Arrow show. It was also kind of strange that we saw Deadshot in the Arrow show as well. They're not Green Arrow villains. What are they doing there? And just like all the other examples given already, I don't remember anyone complaining that the Mandarin is now Shang-Chi's father, despite that never being a thing, because the Mandarin is an Iron Man villain. I think you get my point. I just think it's weird that now people seem to hate the idea of Deathstroke being connected to Batman. Or maybe they just don't like the idea because they don't like the Snyderverse. I've actually seen people say that Deathstroke fighting Batman is like the Joker fighting Superman, or Batman fighting Zod, or Wonder Woman fighting Reverse Flash. It's such a weird comparison because Deathstroke has bounced all over the DC universe, not that long after his conception. After his debut in the 1980s, the character got so popular that he got elevated and he started putting him against higher profile heroes, like the Batman. And since then, he's been used all over the place. So I personally don't see the point of complaining about it now when the character's been doing it for over 30 years. Possibly longer than the people bitching about him fighting Batman have been alive. I mean, I actually think it's pretty cool since he is such a badass character. It's pretty interesting seeing how they use him in the DC universe against other heroes. The fact that he's just not tied down to one rogues gallery is pretty awesome and creates some very interesting scenarios. But anyway guys, that's all I really wanted to say. I thought the situation was kind of dumb and a little funny. So if you enjoyed the video, go and drop a like on it. And leave a comment, let me know what you think about Deathstroke. Would you prefer him to stay tied down to just one hero? Or do you like him appearing all over the DC universe? Leave a comment, let me know. Thanks for watching. Can you make an H with your hands?
There you go. H! Just in the neighborhood, but I mean, I guess.
That's so amazing.
The hoes don't think so, but it is what it is.
Can I thank you this time?
I guess. Hold on, bitch, you got AIDS? No, no, hey, who the fuck is this?